welcome to episode 15 of Over 500, the only, but also the best sports podcast on the I Don't Know Network. I'm your humble, gracious, highly awkward host, but very energized today, host of this podcast,
Yes.
Mark Hogan.
Yes.
Joined by my
I can feel it.
near and dear friend, China Beers.
Shout out this Big E. Energized as well, or at least acting like
You were
it.
pretty tired earlier, but yeah.
I was, but we're feeling good now. We got this, I don't know, 200% antioxidant vitamin C, whatever the hell that means. Somebody let me know what that means.
I can see it's done miracles on you. It's done miracles on you.
Dang, somebody be listening to that, Donda.
I have been putting Donda on repeat, but CLB coming tomorrow night. OVO, we aim for the head top. Get out the fucking way for anybody in the way.
Nah.
Let's go, baby.
We don't need that.
I want to get right into this podcast. Over 500. The first topic, NFL preseason.
You didn't even let me ask you how your day was going or anything.
Nobody gives a fuck about that. Let's not pretend like people come here for that. They come here for sports talk.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's just fucking get into it. So yesterday was a very eventful day. Kind of out of left field, Cam Newton was cut.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the biggest news story of yesterday, right?
Yeah, that was, I would say, yes.
Okay.
In the NFL, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess it was a surprise. Everybody was pretty much expecting for him to be the starter, even if it was for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean, it was more of like, what the hell happened? It was like the bombshell, kind of like, the Woj bomb.
It was crazy because the Patriots seem like they're all in this year, right? They spent a lot of money this offseason. They never really do that. They're like, last year was not the Patriot way for them.
Yeah.
And they went and spent all this money on these big name guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me you're gonna go into the season with a fucking rookie quarterback?
Yeah, that's the way. That's the Patriot way, I guess. If you listen to Bill Belichick don't say a lot, but if you listen to some of the interviews that he's talking about after the 53-man roster has been cut down, if you listen to something that he says, the most content that he said about that quarterback change was he mentioned when they asked him, hey, what was what's the change now that you got Mac Jones under center and Cam Newton is gone, and he was just pretty much saying this dude is the guy who does things our way. And I'm not a fan of the New England Patriots, but I'm neither a hater. I respect them, and I respect the Patriot way. They have been winners for several years. And a lot of people say, oh, it's because Tom Brady, or it's because of this, or it's because of that, it's because of this. But the organization has been a winning organization for so many years, and obviously it can never be 100% exact. And this is why I respect them, because they do it their way. And Mac Jones fits that file.
And it seemed that Cam Newton did not. There was a couple of things that I've heard. There was like a combination of three reasons why he was cut. One of them being he was lackluster this offseason. He didn't look very good. He didn't play very good. He kind of seemed uninspired. Number two, Mac Jones played really good in the offseason. And then number three, probably being the most controversial one, and we're seeing it a lot now, is he was very anti-vaccination.
Yes.
So he didn't want to get vaxxed, and then he was going out and apparently catching COVID and here and there. And
putting under protocol. And even if he didn't catch COVID, there's only certain things that you can do, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't be in indoor activities, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And that's exactly, I agree.
He was doing all that and more, and while also being very anti-vax. And I think that was kind of like the final straw. They're like, all right, we don't really need you. You're not the future.
Yeah.
You're the present, but we can even go to the future now.
He was a placeholder.
Yeah, for sure. And now he's gone.
So, I mean, he's like that girlfriend that you're just like, I'm going to make her my chick, and she's just my placeholder for right now, just so I can get a little
you saw her
here and there.
Her birthday makeup, and you're like, I got to get out of this.
Yeah, you're like, how do I break it to you, baby girl?
Let's see. What was I going to say? Is Cam Newton going anywhere that you can think of?
So let me answer you with a question. Are there 32 other quarterbacks
better than Cam Newton?
Better than Cam Newton?
I would say no. But Cam Newton's at the very bottom of the list right now.
So you think that there is a starting position for him?
Ryan Fitzpatrick is not better than Cam Newton.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
Whoever the hell is starting in Denver is not better than Cam Newton.
That's Teddy Bridgewater.
He's better than Teddy Bridgewater.
I think Cam Newton is not the future. I think he's slowly and little by little getting out, and I think he needs
a year or two left.
I think he's got the Melo syndrome. Like Melo, remember when Melo they're trying to get him out of New York, and he's like, "I'm not gonna be a bench player. I will not play bench." And then all of a sudden it was like, "Oh shit, I gotta play bench if I want to be
out the league early because of that."
Yeah. So now Cam Newton's gonna have to settle for a bench role somewhere. That's the reality.
I can see it.
With the NFL seasons getting longer, potentially longer, right? It's already longer with one more game added to the schedule, right? With the NFL seasons potentially getting longer and longer as the future comes and the TV deals get bigger and better. Backup positions are going to be so important because of injuries, because of COVID now.
Yeah.
Now it's with even more interest. It's like, dude, we got to have a backup. We got to have a backup quarterback. Got to have a backup running back. We got to have a backup for.
Calling
have a backup for a backup
right now. Cam Newton to the Giants.
Hey, that's a good. I could see that.
Yes, you can, because I'm right.
I can.
that's where he's going. I'm telling you right now.
I could see that, but I mean, so is Daniel Jones the answer?
I don't know, and I think they're starting to realize that maybe little by little they're like, I don't know if he is the answer, and he probably is going to get hurt because he's been hurt the first 2 years.
It's sad because they had an opportunity to choose one of the best quarterback classes last year. They had an opportunity to choose a quarterback.
You could have got one this year.
Yeah, and they didn't because they're like putting all our chips in Daniel Jones.
I haven't given up on him. I think he still can be really good, but I think they do need a backup, and Cam Newton is a pretty good option for a backup.
You know where I can see him? I can see him at the Cowboys.
You're right about that. I forgot about that.
So the Cowboys are that one team that always picks up those. He's a star, right? Cam Newton's obviously a star, an ex-star.
Jerry Jones is like,
yeah, Jerry Jones is like, man, I can sell jerseys.
I can sell 100 jerseys.
I can do autograph signings 2-3 times during a week. I can have them on a radio show. I can
send
whatever.
Him to HEB on because he's not playing this week. I'll send him to HEB.
Yeah, whatever it is. That's Dallas for you, and I can see him being a backup, or even if he's the third quarterback on the depth chart. But I could see him there.
For sure. If Joe Flacco can have a backup job, Cam Newton can definitely have a backup job.
Absolutely, but I mean,
you gotta check his ego. Leave his ego at the door.
No offense, or I'm not a Cam Newton hater, but let's be real, man. Cam Newton was vanilla ice, bro.
Okay, he was weird.
Stop
typing like that. What the fuck is that? You've seen the way he types? That shit is weird, and just for that reason, I would never want him on my football team.
Show us all how he types.
I don't even know how he does that shit. It's fucking weird. You should look it up. Everybody should go home and look that shit up.
It's better than like this.
No, once you see what I'm talking about, you would not say that.
Bro, Cam Newton's vanilla ice, man. Okay. If you take away his MVP year, he's mid.
No, don't say that. He was really good when he first came to the league. Don't you rewrite history like that.
He's mid. He's mid. He's got one MVP, and that MVP year was the best year he ever had, and that was it. It's like me.
No,
it's like me when I
stop fucking lying. You're rewriting history. He was good.
Yep.
He was really good. You're racist.
No, how are you gonna say that? I'm telling you right now, that's facts for facts, man. If you look at it, if you combine the rest of his years, it's probably close to about 50% completions. With the ratio to touchdowns and interceptions.
Recency bias.
Look it up. Don't look it up right now. But I'm talking to all of you out there. Look that shit up. Delete the MVP year.
He was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson. You know that, right? You remember that,
bro? That's like me smashing the girl on Viagra and then not on Viagra. There's gonna be a difference. Okay. Because I'm gonna be finished like in 1 minute as opposed to like 30 minutes.
Let's move off, Captain. This is taking a weird turn already.
I'm just letting you know, man. That's how it is.
So what else happened this offseason or this week?
That was it. That's the only important thing.
I think I saw Detroit cut both their kickers.
Yeah, so they have no kickers on the depth chart.
No, they actually took one today in the waivers.
Correct.
Cincinnati Bengals ex-kicker Austin Seibert. Hope
Uh,
I'm saying that right. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know, and I don't care.
I used to draft Matt Prater like every year in fantasy.
Bro, Matt Prater, no, the dude from the Ravens.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
I might take him early this year.
He's a badass.
You had him last year, and you would not fucking trade him to me for nothing. I offered you like a RB2, and you would like nah.
Because he is one of the greatest kickers in the league, bro. To this day.
What about Jalen Hurts, QB1?
I like it. I think he's gonna have a revitalization this year. But the Eagles they're trash, bro. They're trash.
The whole division is trash. I think the Eagles have the best chance to win the NFC East.
I think I'm gonna say this to all Cowboy fans: Cowboys are gonna win that division.
Really?
Yes, I'm calling it right
They
now.
have a big, ginormous question mark at quarterback.
With Dak?
He's injured, right? He's like supposed to miss time here and there.
Yeah.
He's never going to recover this year. That's fucking crazy.
But that's why you get Cam, because he can get you just
Okay.
mid.
Right.
He can get you mid.
Deshaun rumored to go to Miami. You believe that at all?
Yes, I think the rumors are true, as in Miami was interested and still is interested, but I think somebody leaked that on purpose to make it like seem like
Somebody
oh shit,
in Watson's camp,
somebody's
for
gonna
sure.
get Watson, somebody's gonna get him. Like some other team needed to jump out and say, oh well, I'm gonna offer you this better, and I think it was leaked on purpose, and then Miami came out and was like, nah, we good, and
Well,
then it was kind of
they
like,
have to say because they have a young quarterback.
yeah, I mean you got to support your quarterback from day one.
Yeah,
But
I kind of question, are you guys giving up on him?
Yeah, he's out of Houston. I don't know when, but he's out of Houston. I'm gonna tell you this though: what kind of massage therapist they got down in Miami? That's all that I'm trying to find out.
There's enough clout
That's the
chasers
reason
in
why-
Miami. There's no reason for Deshaun Watson not to be having consensual encounters in Miami. There's enough thotties in Miami for Deshaun Watson.
Well, what if he likes it massage?
Yeah, that
way?
makes him a fucking rapist weirdo. And he shouldn't even be in the league.
I mean,
He should be in prison next to Bill Cosby, bro. All right, next topic.
so he's the Bill Cosby of the NFL.
Next topic. Bishop. How do you say that?
Bishop Sycamore,
Sycamore. Yeah.
sicko mode. What is that?
This was
Who the fuck is that?
This was the craziest story I've heard in a long fucking time. Right?
Yes.
And I told you, I texted you right when this was happening. You know, like,
Yep.
Yo, you hear about this shit? Grown ass men in a fake online school went and played Florida IMG.
Yeah, I think the ages were between 18 to 20-year-old.
Some of them like 20 plus.
Yeah, it was 18 to 20-year-olds. So these dudes were like a year or 2 years from high school, out of high school.
Yeah, playing against 17, 18-year-olds.
Yes.
Well, some of them are reclassed, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
But still, they were grown men, just barely, but they're grown men.
Yeah.
And they go to this fake school, and they tell ESPN, yo, we have 4-star and we have 5-star prospects.
Yeah.
Put us on national television. And ESPN was like, yeah, okay, sure. You're playing Florida IMG.
Yeah, and they specifically
And
put
nobody
them against
verified this at all.
Nope.
I can't believe you can do that. I didn't know that was possible.
No. I mean, nobody thought it was possible. Who the hell is going to do that to ESPN, man? Like, oh shit, ESPN is the fucking mecca of sports. Like, they're the fucking, they're going to filter everything. They got people who check on people who check on those people.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, this little, fake ass school out of nowhere fucking just came out of
Online
nowhere.
school from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah,
apparently.
and they were just like, sure, we'll do it. We'll televise it. And they got blown out.
Yeah.
So the old dudes got blown out. 58-0, I think it was the end of the score.
Yeah.
And even the announcers were like,
It was funny because as the game is going on, they start to realize, like, this is not normal.
yeah.
They're like, there's a guy, it was a guy hurt. Like, number 53 for Bishop Sycamore is down. And according to our roster sheet, he's actually not on the roster. So, like, who is this guy? That's when they were like, okay.
Yeah, and so the craziest part about it, too, was they also started bringing up highlights from both teams, right? So the legit high school team who is legit and has prospects and is the top-rated, top 10 rated program in high school football, they were bringing out highlights, and they're like, oh, yeah, that guy who just scored a touchdown, they're like, check his highlights out from last season. and he's gonna be going into college, and he's got offers and all this bullshit. Yeah. Then they did that to Bishop, and they're like, well, we really don't have a lot of information, but check out these highlights from their last game, and their last game.
That 2 days ago, right?
It was 2 days before that televised game, and nobody knew about it until after the game. And when they started doing some investigating, we're like, well, who are these chumps like for real? It turns out these players played within the span of 2 days, played 2 football games. And a lot of them were switching up positions, right? Because in high school football, there's
you can play whatever.
Yeah, you can kind of switch up. You play offense and defense. I mean, it was just fucking crazy, bro. It was crazy.
I can't believe the coach had a warrant.
Coach had a warrant.
He got fired like a week later, and I'm like, how do you get fired from a fake job? This isn't a real school. Bro, who's the board of directors at Bishop Sycamore? It's fake.
So, and also apparently, because this game was hosted somewhere out in Ohio, apparently the school, so whoever wrote the checks from that school, wrote 2 false checks to the hotels that they were staying at.
They were bouncing everywhere.
So there, it was like $3,000, $4,000, something like that for 25 rooms for the kids to stay at, and the hotels were just like, "Yo, these checks, you owe us money. Like these checks ain't."
I can't believe people still write checks.
Well, people who write checks, they'll bounce. That's the reason why.
It was kind of crazy how it happened the way it happened. They got blown out, which everybody thinks is funny, right? But there's a part of me that's kind of like, this is really uncomfortable too, because these are grown ass men, right?
Yeah.
What if they were good? What if they went out there and they hurt these kids because they're more mature and more physically developed?
Yeah.
This could have ended very ugly.
It could have, but I mean, obviously these guys fucking suck. Because if they were really good, they'd be they'd be at a D3 school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
because even D3 athletes they're monsters compared to
absolutely.
high school juniors and seniors. So I mean, obviously these guys were trash, and it was probably just like a bunch of, kids that thought, or guys. Adults that thought that they still had it, and they were like, "Nah, man, I was this and I was that," but
yeah,
and yeah,
they were all just college football rejects, pretty much.
Pretty much, the rejects.
Yeah.
So they were the Bishop Sycamore rejects.
I don't know. It was so crazy that I never thought this could ever happen.
Yeah, but do they get hoes though?
Okay, what correlation does that have?
I don't know. I mean, who gets more hoes, Bishop,
Floater, IMG,
or
for
Floater?
Sure. You're talking to the next backup running back at Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, more than likely. Alabama probably pretty much just goes to all those top schools, and they're like, free scholarship for everybody.
Probably. All right, enough of that.
Yes.
Let's talk about some basketball real quick. Benny Simmons,
Uncle Ben,
has said the feeling is mutual. I would like out of Philadelphia.
Yeah, and he made it public. He didn't keep it in house. He said, "Let it be known."
To trade me to one of the teams out in California. What he wants.
Okay, so how many teams are out in California?
4. You got both LA teams.
Yes, the Lakers, the Clippers,
and Sacramento.
Yeah. So which is the fourth? Which is the rejected one? Which is the one he don't want to go to?
It's probably Sacramento, but that's probably the most likely scenario.
Out of the 4, yeah, that's the one who has the most.
The Lakers don't have anything to trade.
Capital.
I don't think.
No.
Clippers don't have anything to trade either. The Warriors could probably trade the young guys they have.
Yeah.
And like one veteran. But do they want to do that though?
No.
Sacramento.
But Sacramento.
I would have made that trade yesterday. De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes for Ben Simmons.
But Sacramento has no all-stars, and apparently that's what they want. They want all-stars. All-star caliber
You
players.
got an all-NBA player in Ben Simmons. He's all-NBA. People forget.
Yeah, but he's not an all-star.
People forgot. He is an all-star. What are you talking about?
He wasn't on the all-star
Yeah,
team.
he was. He was a reserve.
Okay, reserve. Nobody cares about reserves.
And De'Aaron Fox, where was he at?
I think he's a better player,
No.
better shooter. Yes.
You're a prisoner of the moment every time.
He's a better shooter. He's a better shooter.
Okay, but Ben is all NBA. Elite defense. Elite transition game, elite vision, playmaking. The only thing he can't do is shoot. That's the only thing he can't do. He's all NBA though.
Wait, you're talking about Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
I'm talking about there's no
but
all-stars.
De'Aaron Fox is not better than Ben Simmons.
Well, that's what I know. That's what I'm saying. There's no all-stars in Sacramento.
Yeah. So, but you telling me you wouldn't trade De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons?
No, hold on. We all fucked up right now. I'm thinking
that's
about
what
some
you-
other shit.
that's what
No,
you
no,
were
no.
saying.
Time out.
That's what you were saying.
Time out. Yes, he should go to Sacramento. And if I was Sacramento, I got stuff to offer. But I don't have an all-star caliber player for you.
Exactly. So trade for Ben Simmons, who's all NBA and all star.
Yes. But what are you going to trade?
De'Aaron Fox
That's it?
and Harrison Barnes and a first round pick, whatever it takes.
I think that's a liable pick rate. That's a liable trade.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. That's a good
I'm
trade.
glad you agree.
There's I think this is so obviously I don't know why he only picked he picked those 4 markets because he wants to live in
He's a young socialite.
Yes.
He wants to fuck LA hoes and be on Instagram and win games, get hella endorsements. He wants his own shoe.
But I can tell you this right now, the best people in the market to trade for him are small market teams.
Absolutely.
Oklahoma, San Antonio,
Ooh, been to San Antonio.
Indiana.
That'd be crazy.
All the small market teams are the ones with the most assets, the best way to get a player like that.
Philly wants Damian Lillard. I think everybody knows that by now.
Yes.
Right? But Dame's like, I'm not going anywhere yet. So when Ben came out and said, I want out of Philly, Philly's like, fuck, Dame's not ready yet.
Yeah.
You think they could get Dame if they waited like a year?
No.
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 Not even if you attach shit to Ben?
Possibly.
Like, I give you Tyrese Maxey too.
It would have to be something like that. Something else would have to go in the package. For Damian Lillard. I think what is it? Like, man, it would suck for Portland if he leaves. If he leaves, like, it's over for them.
Well, they didn't get that much better this year.
No, they probably got worse.
Hold on, they got Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like
No, they got worse for sure.
Yeah, they got worse.
I was gonna say, what else is going on with this Ben shit? Joel Embiid says, "Stop putting my name in this shit." I like Ben. I like playing with Ben. I wish he could stay longer. Do you think he means that at all?
No, that's what he was told. He was told to say that. He literally was like, "I love Ben. I want him to stay." Wait, there's Mr. Comma right here. That was him, bro.
We are best friends. I talk to him every day.
Yes.
Heart
emoji. No, I mean, dude, that's exactly what happened, and poor Philadelphia, because there's so much success that could have branched up and happened from this. I honestly don't know whether it was a psyche. We already knew shooting was a problem for him since the beginning of his career, and whenever they gave him that max contract when he signed with Philadelphia, it should have came with a, hey, we're gonna give you this contract because we want you and Embiid to win a championship for Philadelphia on the conditions that you're gonna learn how to shoot, and we got shooting coaches, and we're gonna get you shooting coaches, and we're gonna get you the best shooting coaches.
Is that true though?
And you're gonna learn. No, I'm saying
That's what they should've done.
what they should have done. I don't know if they did or didn't do, but
I think
if they didn't do that, they're stupid.
I think they encouraged him to play his game, and they're like, it's okay, you can't shoot.
That's the problem.
We'll surround you with shooters. But the problem was, and we saw it year after year after year, especially the last year Jimmy Butler was in Philadelphia. Once you get him in the half court in the playoffs, he's average.
It's a slow game in the playoffs.
Average. He can't do shit.
It's a slow game in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the confidence or the aggressiveness that he has in the regular season.
I'm never gonna forget the playoff game. What was it when they lost to the Nets?
No, they never lost to the Nets.
When they lost to
he's probably thinking Toronto, right?
It was whenever he missed that dunk.
Oh, that was
he
Atlanta.
didn't miss the dunk. He passed up
out
the
of
dunk.
it.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was Atlanta. He passed
lost
up
the
the
confidence.
dunk.
He had confidence.
He had a
shattered.
straight dunk to either, I think it was to give him a tie to the game, and he passed the ball, and whoever he passed the ball to missed a shot.
He took contested layup after that, and then you see Embiid in the top of the key, like, what the fuck? He passed the open dunk.
Dude.
I think for sure
it up.
Ben can't go back, though, because the relationship with Doc is probably ruined. Because they did ask Doc right after that game.
Yeah,
that play, they asked him, "You think you can win a championship with Ben Simmons as your starting point guard?" He said, "I don't know."
I don't know at the moment.
Yeah, that's not a vote of confidence at all, dog. Like you would either beat around the bush or you don't answer that.
But
question.
I was thinking that too. I was like, man, what if he said that as like a lesson? He's like, I'm gonna teach these dudes a lesson.
Not
He's
everybody.
like,
not everybody is Kobe. Not everybody responds that way.
Maybe he will respond and say, you know what? Fuck you, coach. I'm gonna do better, and I can be better, and I'm gonna be better than you, and I'm better than anything that you could ever see. Yada yada yada, and maybe he just didn't take it that way.
Simmons doesn't strike me as that guy.
Nah,
Donovan Mitchell, when Shaq did the same thing to him, he's like, all right, like
there's
Donovan
players,
is that guy.
Yeah, certain players.
Ben Simmons is not that guy.
Have that, and maybe Doc should have thought about that before he said it.
Yeah, I think
And
Doc
that's
was
on
fed
him.
up. Doc was fed up. I'm fed up.
Yeah. So Philadelphia is not a top 4 team anymore.
It depends on what they get back.
So the trade's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but Maury's kind of like, my guy is all NBA, and the rest of the NBA is like, well, we want to lowball you because his value is all time low right now.
Well, and they also know Morey he'll trade it. He'll do it. He'll make a deal.
Yeah.
He'll make it happen. He is the fucking, let's make a deal.
Yeah,
Co-show
for sure.
Show host.
A
Whatever.
deal's gonna happen. I don't know what it's gonna be. It'll probably be something random like the Cavaliers or some shit like that. But we'll find out soon.
Well, I mean, Kevin Love is a all-star.
Kevin Love is an all-star. They have 2 point guards. They're kind of like, I don't know which one we want to go with.
Yeah, I mean,
And they have a lot of big men. They need somebody to pass to these big men.
They do, yeah.
So Cavs team to watch, in my opinion.
Cavs team to watch. They're definitely gonna be on the radar.
Yeah.
But why does Philadelphia need more big men?
They need a power forward.
Yeah, I can see that.
Tobias can play small forward.
And then they can shift over one of those big men in there.
Yeah, and then you throw in Colin as your starting point guard, and it might be an upgrade in the playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to see him in San Antonio.
I'm sure you do. All right, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Under 500.
Let's go.
And welcome back to my favorite part of the podcast. This is the one we always post on Instagram because this is the best part of the podcast.
We're back.
It is Under 500. This is the part where we talk about the stupid, smaller, but more fun shit. But
Real.
I need to shout out my sponsors real
Yes.
quick. Shout out to I Don't Know Network, as always. I'm looking at the camera now when I say that. Shout out I Don't Know Network. Shout out 2 Hour Lunch Break. Shout out to I Don't Know That's Perfect. We do have some more content out and more events in the near future from what I'm hearing from my guy. That's what he's telling me.
Yeah. So stay on the lookout.
Stay tuned. Follow I Don't Know That's Perfect. I Don't Know Network. 2 Hour Lunch Break.
Yeah.
On
Shout out.
Instagram.
Shout out to everybody with the network that can make this possible and happen. Right. Without them,
Yes, absolutely.
we ain't shit.
The whole team.
Yeah. And I'm here to talk about Flipside Bar. Yes, shout out Trevor, shout out Flip. Thank you guys for sponsoring the podcast. And we're looking forward to, now that we got college football coming up this week, NFL coming up in a couple weeks, we're looking forward to spending our Saturdays and Sundays there. So we're going to pull up with one of those Austin homeless tents, just fucking stay outside.
No, honestly, we're going to be living at Flipside for a little bit. So.
Yeah, so catch us there at Flipside. Probably can go take a couple drinks after this there. Now that we got some moonshine all up in our drink here and there. So, yeah, shout out those guys. Go check it out. It's an awesome place to go hang out. They got an interactive golfing machine there, and it's cool. It's cool. Do you golf in real life?
No.
But you will golf at Flipside.
I will golf. I've been to Top Golf. I'll golf. I'll golf.
Real golf and Top Golf are two different things, but
Well, I'm bad at regular. I'm bad at both of them. Then I'll tell you that right now. Shout out my barber. Shout out my mom. Shout out to Shaq. And
No Shaq.
fuck Treaty Oak. Rest in piss. That sponsorship.
How much did your barber pay you to say that?
He told me he paid me $10.
So that's like one haircut.
That's like a third of my haircut price taken off.
Does he or she give you a happy ending?
They, them. Their pronouns.
Oh,
Please.
they, them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They give me a great time. And the contents of that great time are none of your concern.
So you're just the awesome version of Deshaun Watson, but not famous.
No. Don't you fucking do that to me. Don't you put that evil on me. All right, let's get right into it.
Let's go.
Under 500, we got to talk about college football. It's back. NFL is back next week. College football is back this weekend.
Yes, right now, Thursday.
When you hear this podcast, it'll be back for sure.
Yeah.
Thursday?
Well,
Tomorrow?
Thursday is like when it starts. It started last weekend.
Did it?
Yes. I think probably like the
smaller schools played.
Yeah, it was a lot of smaller schools. Illinois and Nebraska was kind of the big game that they had on, and Nebraska lost, which was
the mighty have fallen. Nebraska.
They were supposed to win that game, but Illinois, it was obviously a better team, and Nebraska just ain't coming back ever.
Okay.
But anyways, the big official weekend is this weekend.
This is the kickoff weekend.
This is pretty
Chick-fil-A
much
kickoff game. Shout out Chick-fil-A.
Shout out Chick-fil-A.
Closed on Sunday. Chick-fil-A kickoff game. Number 1 Alabama or they're playing number 4 in Miami. Neutral field. Yeah, and probably somewhere in Georgia, I believe. That's where they do it at. That's a big game.
Yeah.
What a way to kick off the weekend.
Yes, yeah. It's good. It's a good game. The other good game was Clemson and Georgia.
I think it is Georgia.
It is Georgia.
Yeah.
Yes, Clemson and Georgia. That's going to be another badass game.
Another badass game, Texas versus Louisiana.
Yes, that's going to be a good game.
That's 23 versus 21. That's a good game.
But this will be the perfect example of why they do not belong in the SEC yet. You're going to be able to
Louisiana.
You're going to be able to see the difference between what it is and what it's not.
Bro, the last time Texas played an SEC team was the bowl game that we beat the brakes off. Was it Georgia?
I would think it was Georgia. Yeah.
We beat the brakes off them. What you talking about?
Yeah, but that's
when Sam Allen gave us the "We're back."
And
How
then,
could
and
you
then the
forget
next year
about
it was
that?
like
Okay,
it was shit.
That's Tom Herman's fault though.
Well, again, they're the SEC East, so it's kind of like not
For sure.
compared to what the West is.
But college football, it's back. What are you looking forward to?
So first of all, I'm looking forward to my Aggies. They play Kentucky State. We're gonna beat the brakes off of
Are
them.
they playing a cupcake first week?
Yes, you always play a cupcake the first week. Yeah,
No. Come on.
yeah,
man.
come on. You
It's
get your boost
it's
your confidence up.
2021.
Boost your confidence up. It's kind of like you go for the you at the club and you're like, my expectations are gonna be a little lower.
So you talk to a 2 first?
You go for the 2 and the 2.
Never.
And if the 4 looks at you, you're like, all right, we're going for the 4 now.
No, you talk to the 10 first. And then she rejects you, but you're like, but you gauge how that went though. You're like, all right,
Yeah, but what if you have low self-esteem and low confidence? Then it's like,
if you have low self-esteem, then go ahead and play cupcake like A&M will. I'm sure they don't have very high self-esteem.
well, we
and
gonna
confidence.
beat the brakes off of them,
I
and
hope they lose.
we get nothing but like 10s after that. So it's okay to get a couple games after that. Shout out to our head coach, Jimbo Fisher, who just got a 3-year extension to his already large and humongous contract. Ask me the question.
Well deserved.
Well deserved, and yes, they will win a championship within that tenure.
That's a pretty.
I'm calling it right now.
He won't even make it halfway through the contract.
He's gonna make it through the full contract. If he doesn't make it, it's because he wins and he's out. Like he wins and he's out. He's like, I've already done everything that I needed to do. I'm out.
It's gonna be year 5, and they're gonna fire him, and because he's gonna ride off into the sunset on a motorcycle and crash, and then find out he's cheating on his wife. That's what's gonna happen with that.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in.
The Bobby Paterno story.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot to take in. It's like, whoa.
So you got A&M doing what this year?
They are the sleepers to win the SEC.
You know they got to play Alabama, right?
And to get, not necessarily win the SEC, but get in the college football playoff.
You know they got to play Alabama, right?
Yes.
You think you're going to beat Alabama?
If we don't beat them, it'll be close, and that's good enough for the resume.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that, but that's fair.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, when the spreads come out, take the
what rank are y'all, by the way?
We are number 6 in the nation.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's crazy high.
So that's crazy high, yeah. Number 6.
Okay.
Take it or leave it.
You want to make a bet, a wager?
What's your wager?
Texas will be ranked higher than A&M by the end of the year.
Bet. Whatever you want to bet.
Whatever I want to bet?
Anything.
If I win this bet, you have to wear a Texas jersey on this podcast. I will buy it for you.
Bro, I will wear a Texas jersey. I will wear Texas underwear. I will wear Texas condoms. Do they make Texas condoms?
I'm sure they do.
I will wear Texas whatever because I know that I'm going to win that bet.
Okay.
And you got to do the same thing.
Vice versa? 3 shots?
3 shots and A&M gear.
All right, bet. I'm with it.
You got to keep that gear.
No, I'll throw it away right after. All right, next topic. Let's get into it. Today was Max Kellerman's last day on First Take.
No.
R.I.P. the legend. He's not leaving the network. He's just going to a different show.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith pretty much kicked him off the show.
Yeah.
I would believe.
It's Stephen A's show, man. It's his show.
They pay him like $2 million a year. Stephen A. Smith. He's pretty much all their content.
Do you think that's a lot?
That is a lot. For a news anchor,
Or
that's
do you think
a lot.
that's a little bit?
That's a lot. That's an NBA minimum contract.
But does he get paid $2 million just for
what he does for the network.
Just for First Take or for everything that he does?
For everything
for the
he
network?
does.
Because he do a lot. He be doing a lot.
He has his own radio show. He has First Take. He's at the courtside NBA games.
Yeah.
And I imagine they pay for all that shit. They pay for travel and all that, hotels.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's living the dream and making the content, and he gets paid very well for it. And at some point, he said, I don't want to work with Max Kellerman anymore. Get him off my fucking show. And today was his last day. And he didn't even show up. He called in.
Yeah, I saw that.
He called in. He was on sad. He called in on the phone and was like, congratulations, Max. I'm like, congratulations to what?
If you really cared.
You kicked him off the show.
If you really cared, you would be here.
Yeah. I think, he knew what he was doing when he called in. So
yeah. But was Molly there?
Molly was there.
Man, Molly, she fine.
I think Max had a great run. I really welcomed him onto.
Wait, so is
the
Molly
show.
Not fine?
No, she is. I'm just want to talk about Max. I think he had a great run, great 5 years of content. Him and Stephen A. I'll never forget the Iguodala.
That
segment.
was the most ridiculous take.
The fate of the universe on the line. Aliens have the death beam pointed at Earth. Who takes the last shot, Curry or KD? And he comes out of left field. Give me Iguodala. Which, hold on, I think that's a very valid answer because Iguodala has a habit for hitting big time shots.
Yeah, he's a clutch guy.
So I don't understand what the whole meme was about that. Just kind of how he delivered it, I guess. But
I'd prefer Big Shot Bob, but we talking about Warriors at the moment, so.
So you gonna keep watching First Take?
Probably not. I've kind of already died away.
You
from
like
it.
Colin Cowherd? That's what you like.
No, one of my favorite shows is PTI.
Oh yeah, you are a big PTI guy.
Yeah,
I'm more around the horn kind of guy. If you ask me,
I'm actually waiting for the hosts for PTI to just be like, "We're done."
They're
We're
never
ready to
there
retire."
anyway. It's always never Tony Kornheiser and
No, but
Mike Wilbon.
I like the setup. I like the organization of it, and I like that it's quick and it's very informative, and it's like a boxing match. It's like round for round, and they just go back.
That's
and forth.
kind of how we inspired our rapid fire segment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think me and you should go round for round, like in a boxing match, not in
In a
anything.
boxing match.
Yeah.
Well, I'll Jake Paul you.
Oh, Jake Paul. No.
All right. Speaking of rapid fire, let's get right into it.
One more thing on Max Kellerman. So I'm still glad he's with the network. Before he was in First Take, he was a boxing analyst.
He was,
and he still is, right?
he's damn good at it too.
I think that's what he should stick to. The problem with boxing and how it was, I guess it's starting to kind of pick up little by little.
Yeah.
But I think hopefully it does pick up because I love boxing. I'm a huge boxing fan, and he does have a lot of knowledge on boxers,
absolutely.
future upcoming boxers, and hopefully we get to see him still do a bunch of stuff for the boxing community.
You know what it was with him? He's too level-headed. He's too not hot-takey enough.
Yeah.
You have to be dumb, flaming, arrogant, and you have to be willing to spew nonsense.
Like
and,
Stephen
and Stephen A. and Skip Bayless.
like screaming A. Smith.
Yeah. I woke up at 2:00 in the morning and I didn't see LeBron in the gym. That's the kind of shit you need to do
Yeah.
when you make content like
Yeah.
that. So
Especially like in the morning. It's a morning show.
yeah, for sure.
You're just waking up, you got that boner sticking out. You're like, man, I want to hear some good takes, some hot takes, and see Molly and watch Molly.
All right, sure. I do want to get into the last segment, rapid fire. This is the PTI segment, as you would call it, right?
Yeah, I love this segment because it's pretty much our each of us take three hot takes for the week, whether it's already passed or whether it's coming up, but it's kind of just all over the place as well. No
Absolutely.
organization.
I'll start it off. Taco Fall, my man, signed a 1-year contract with the Cavaliers.
Yes,
The Boston Celtics run is over.
it's over, man.
You think they're going to run an all-big lineup with Taco Fall at 5?
Now they have to. It's
Taco
like
Fall at 5, Mobley at 4, Kevin Love at the 3,
Yeah.
Markin at the 2, and then you could put Osman at the 1. That would be a really all-time big lineup.
So they're the future of basketball. Right at one point was small ball.
Yeah, we're going big ball.
Now we're going big ball.
For sure.
Let's see out rebound and layups and dunks all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I think he's just a moving piece. Maybe he's going to be part of a trade here and there. I saw the Boston fans, the Twitter base and all that. They were all sad about him leaving
He was
the
their
team.
he was their meme player.
Yeah, he was kind of like Marjanovic, right?
Yeah.
They're just like big, happy
Hey, Marjanovic
giants.
can ball though.
Yeah, he can ball. He can
Taco,
really ball.
I don't know about Taco.
Yeah, he's just kind of big,
He's just really, really tall.
really, really tall.
All right, what do you got, brother?
All right, my next take is Jake Paul. We were talking about Jake Paul, man.
I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, so did you watch the fight? Did you see highlights?
I watched
did you
it.
see anything? I was I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I streamed this legally.
You streamed it illegally?
Yes.
I think we all did. I don't know who would pay for that shit.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever pay for it unless he actually boxed somebody
It
real.
was entertaining midway through, and then what's the guy he was fighting? What was his name again?
Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, Woodley ran out of gas. Or every time
Yeah.
he had an opportunity to finish Jake Paul off, he kind of like just didn't do it. It was weird to watch.
So some people have said like it's rigged. He was paid not to
I
win.
could see how you would imagine that.
Yeah.
I don't think it was rigged.
I don't think so either. I think just like he kind of has all his fighters kind of play into the way that he wants it and everything. Yeah. If you look at the way his fights are set up and all the rules are set up, everything is to his advantage. Yeah. And this is exactly what happened. Everything was to his advantage.
He did knock Jake Paul into the ropes.
Yeah.
And I think Jake Paul took that in consideration when he came on Twitter yesterday and said, I'm retiring. I'm done boxing.
Yes.
And then I think he realized, you know what? I'll be good next fight. I'm unretiring.
Yeah, so he retired and unretired in like
one
less
day.
than 24 hours. Yeah.
But Willie for sure made him think about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, the fifth official boxing fight has to be somebody better. I assume,
Yeah.
right?
Well, he's gonna shoot high. He's gonna shoot for McGregor and shit.
Yeah.
He won't get McGregor, but he was gonna shoot for it.
It was funny because he was like, I remember seeing a tweet about shout out at Tim Tebow. You should try boxing next.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Tim Tebow's kind of like the
He has
Swiss
time.
Army
He
knife.
has time now.
Yeah, but you think he'd be able to give him a fight
No,
or?
absolutely not. Jake Paul would whoop his ass.
Yeah, I don't think I would even buy that.
Jake Paul can box. Let's just put that to rest. He can box.
So then, why doesn't he box somebody with a caliber?
Because he will lose, but he can box.
So who's next? Who would you like to see?
Not a boxer.
What about Gronk?
That would be entertaining, at the very least.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But Gronk is just huge.
Yeah,
I feel like
he
he'd
probably
run.
wouldn't. He probably wouldn't win, but
I feel like Gronk would just run for like the first 2 rounds and then he'd get tired and then he'd get knocked out.
That would be it. Shaq? Think Shaq would ever do it?
No, Shaq can barely
He
walk.
shouldn't do it, yeah, for sure. All right,
He's too busy eating too much Papa John's.
Real quick, I'm gonna touch on the Grizzlies are retiring Zebo's and Tony Allen's jerseys this year.
Yes.
2 jerseys retirements this year.
Yep. That's crazy, man.
Shout out to my man Zebo.
Yeah, it's cool. I remember reading about that story, and it took me back to those days of the grit and grind, the real grit and grind, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Everybody was running up and down the court, shooting threes, and the Grizzlies were just, while y'all zig, we're gonna zag.
Yeah.
They played bully ball.
Yep.
They played slow. Tony Allen was the
Half-court
worst
ball.
offensive shooting guard I've ever seen, but he was all first team defense.
All the time. All the time.
He was good. He was damn good.
So he was like a Ben Simmons.
But the shooting guard version of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But he had no playmaking, none of the leadership, none of this.
Yeah.
He was pretty good though.
And he was tough though. He was a tough guy. He's probably the Costco version of what Pat Beverly is, and Pat Beverly's more like
I think Tony Allen was better than Pat.
That's what I'm saying. He's Costco, Pat Beverly's like Walmart.
Okay. Almost identical, but not. All right, sure. Zebo was damn good in his heyday. I remember he was choking out Blake Griffin in the playoffs one year.
Yeah, that was badass.
And as a Clipper hater, I loved every moment of that.
That was awesome. Zebo was you got in the paint with him. I mean, he was elbowing you, he was knocking you left and right, and he was doing what he had to do. Yeah, he was old school. Yeah, he was. Imagine him and like Dennis Rodman in the paint.
Yeah.
You know
that'd
what I
be
mean?
crazy.
That would be crazy. I'm surprised him and like Boogie never got into it.
True, right?
Or maybe they did.
I'm sure they have.
They just, it's not just as famous as him choking out Blake Griffin.
Go ahead, my man.
If I had the ability to interview Blake Griffin, I think the first question would be, how did you feel when Zebo was choking you out?
I'm sure
court?
he would have a funny answer for that. He's such a comedian.
Yes. So my next topic, Javi Baez and Francisco Lindor. Do those names sound familiar to you?
Respectfully, who?
Javier Baez, and Francisco Lindor.
Who are they?
So they're baseball players for the New York Mets.
Okay.
And actually, Javi Baez was traded from the Cubs to the Mets this season at the trade deadline. Because the Mets started off their first half season was like amazing. Like it looked like they were going to run away with their division. They were going to be in the playoffs. It's like the Mets are back. And now, pretty much after the trade deadline, they just fell down, and they've been falling down. And they haven't been able to hit any home runs or any hits or anything like that. And they've just done a whole complete 180. So these guys, they've been on a bad tear as of late. Yeah. Actually booed the crowd. And
they booed the crowd?
Yeah, booed the crowd, gave them thumbs down. Because
you do that?
And in games prior, the crowd was booing them. Them and the rest of the players.
I've never heard of somebody booing a crowd.
So they were like, if they boo us, we can boo them. And the Mets fans, and they're crazy. There's crazy Mets fans. There's like a 30 for 30 on ESPN if you look it up about the New York Mets.
You would have to be a Mets fan.
Yeah, they are crazy ass. It's a crazy ass fan base. It's like It's like the Bills, right? The Bills Mafia,
Yeah.
where they be doing some stupid shit, jumping off tables and like some wrestling moves and like, the Mets fans would be the only white people that I would see doing the crate challenge at a Mets game. But anyways, they are, like the owner got all pissed off and he's like, nah, players shouldn't be able to do that or any of that shit. So you as a player, what do you think about that? Like getting booed?
I think it's crazy, but in their situation, I would probably do it too.
So you would boo back?
If you're booing me every home game, you're supposed to be a fan of my team, supposed to be a fan of me, I would probably flick off the crowd too, but like, fuck y'all.
Well, luckily they didn't fucking flick off the crowd. They just give them thumbs down and were like, boo you.
I would go full run on test if I could.
Jump in the crowd or what?
Yeah, if you could. Now, obviously you can, but if I could.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I agree. Like the players, they got to have a voice. They should get an opportunity. It's like, dude, you say something bad about me, I get to say something bad about you, man.
Absolutely.
Like, and especially in a home game, like you're supposed to be supporting me, and for you to be doing that stupid shit, it's like, what the hell?
Fortunately, nowadays you can only do it on Twitter.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. And even on Twitter, you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Not. I mean,
depends on what you say exactly.
Yeah.
Do my last rapid fire. Rondo is back on the Lakers.
Dude,
with his best friend Russell Westbrook.
That's gonna be funny, man.
You remember the beef they had in the bubble?
Yes.
The Rondo's brother was the barber, apparently.
Yeah.
He called Rondo a trash ass N-word or something like that.
Yeah.
And Rondo was like fighting with this dude in the bubble. And I'm like, who's in the bubble? Nobody's there. Who's he fighting with? Fucking Rondo's brother, the barber. So, and that explained why a lot of people didn't have haircuts in the bubble.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yep.
Some people went wild with no haircuts.
I mean, that's gonna be crazy. I think you think they're gonna work out? They're gonna have some beef or what?
It depends. If they win, everything will be great. Winning solves everything. But if they start to lose, I can see it getting ugly.
I want to see it get ugly, or I want to hear some report like mid-season about like they exchanged some punches and LeBron James is in the middle of it and got like whooped or
It
smacked.
probably will happen, just knowing like the Lakers and LeBron and the history that they have. Every year there's drama on every LeBron team.
Yeah.
And I can imagine Russell's going to take a stupid shot in the fourth quarter. They're going to lose a game. And Rondo's going to be the only guy brave enough to be like, what the fuck was that? And then,
or vice versa. Rondo be doing that sometimes too,
yeah.
whenever he really can't shoot as well.
yeah, so Russell and Rondo, interesting dynamic. I look forward to how it works out.
Are we going to see another LeBron and J.R. Smith? Like,
Probably. That's what I'm betting on.
yeah,
what I'm betting on.
it's gonna be interesting. So, and I mean, Rondo, man, that dude can never lease an apartment anywhere. He's always on the move.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I got a friend like that who moved.
Shut up. Go ahead.
All right, my last one, Vaccination Nation. That's what I called it. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but reportedly, in the NBA, the Knicks, the Warriors, the Nets, so basically New York teams and some areas in California are requiring all players who do any indoor players. So that's obviously not including football, right? Because that's outdoors. So, but basketball, and that includes the Knicks, the Warriors, the Nets to be vaccinated, and that's refs who are going to ref there, all personnel, so security, coaches,
The states
all that kind of
saying
stuff.
that?
Yeah, pretty much. They're mandating.
So what if
it to-
you travel to play in New York?
So there's a couple. Obviously, like if you get exceptions if you have a religious reason, right, and you can prove it, or if you have a medical reason from a doctor and you have a letter and you can prove it. So those are the two reasons why you can't get vaccinated, and they're like, okay, that's cool. If you don't have any of that, then you need to get vaccinated in order to play in those arenas. So the loophole around this is you can be on the squad, and you'll never be able to play a home game, but you can play an away game. So can you imagine like being on the roster, be like, for example, Steph Curry's out for the game tonight, but he'll be back for our 5-game road trip because he's not vaccinated.
That's crazy. I imagine Kyrie's having a great time with this news.
Yeah, so Kyrie Irving, he plays for the Nets.
Yeah, that's New York.
Yeah, so he's part of that that rule set. So either he's gonna get vaccinated or he's gonna find something to get
He probably
away
will
from
find
it.
a religious reason to not do it, knowing Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, but
I think this is good news. I know most people probably wouldn't agree with me, but I'm pro get vaccinated or stay home. I'm on that side of the argument. So, yeah, get vaccinated.
I'm pro do whatever the hell you want. If you want it, do it. If you don't, don't.
I'm sure you are.
I mean, yeah, do whatever the hell you want.
Okay. How do you feel about the new Texas laws that were passed today?
Oh, I wasn't strapped today, but I will be tomorrow.
Oh, that happened today too, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Can I bring a gun in here?
I think you gotta ask for permission.
I can bring a gun in here and not wear a mask, but God forbid I get my girl pregnant and we need to get an abortion. God forbid.
Well, since you won't be getting an abortion and your girlfriend gets pregnant, make sure you buy a gun so the baby can hold it too.
What?
I don't know.
Man, we're getting too political and this is getting out of hand. This has been.
We are now transitioning into the political side version of this podcast now.
This has been. Give me a piece of paper. This has been Over 500. I'm your humble, gracious, highly awkward host, Mark Ogian, joined by my nearest and dearest friend.
Signing out, Big E, Big A&M.
Thank you
Shout
for
out for
watching.
A&M. We're gonna win it this weekend. We're gonna win it all this season, baby. Let's
Please
go.
like, subscribe, share if you like what you hear. Stay safe.
Yeah.
You can buy beer at 10 a.m. on Sunday now.
Or leave us some shitty comments on YouTube.
For sure.
We'll accept them.
I welcome all of it.
Yeah.
This is us signing out. Thank you.